Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'm coming to you all today with another video. But this video, should I say series of videos, will be completely different than the rest of my videos. These series of videos, or this series of videos, will be entitled All About Us. Um, it's not a motivational video, inspirational video, which I hope my other ones are. It's a video that's talking about truth. That's talking about issues and concerns which I have and which other African Americans that I know of the same mindset have that's going on within our community, within our culture all across the country, no matter where we are. And one of the main things that concerns me, being a man of color, and being a man in general, but particularly a man of color, is the fact that I cannot grasp the thought of what causes other men of color, young men, to be so destructive, to be so cold, so angry, so bitter, so disappointed with their own lives that they're willing to go out there and take another life. I can't understand why so many of them have no self-control. Why so many of them don't know how to deal with situations in a calm and reasonable manner. Why so many of them choose the option of killing someone rather than sitting down and talking about what's wrong or how they have offended them. We live in a culture where a lot of our males will shoot you simply because they don't like the way you looked at them. They don't like what you said or how you said it. They'll kill you because their girl came and said that you said something to them. They'll kill you if they think that you disrespected them in any form or fashion, rather than talk to you. That's a sad state to be in. So many of our men or young males, because I won't give you the title of man until you've earned it. You see, because a real man will not kill you just for no reason. A real man would have to have a reason to get that violent. But a male who's looking for an excuse most of the time or a reason to shoot you will shoot you just to shoot you. And we've got to do something about this type of person. I'm angry myself. I'm saddened. I'm disappointed. I feel let down, ashamed that we have become a culture where when we hear of someone else getting killed by someone of color, that it seems to be acceptable. It seems to be the norm. It's okay. And we make excuses such as, oh, he or she must have said something, or they must have done something, so they earned that. And then we get all upset and in the uproar. We want to riot. We want to burn down buildings. We want to tear up cars and properties because when a Caucasian person shoots and kills one of us. But yet we don't get the same rage and anger when we do it to one another. Because like I said, we've come to expect it and to accept it to be the norm. We want to protest every time somebody who's not of color kills us. But yet we don't protest when we kill one another. Because if we took the time to protest when we kill one another, we'd be protesting every day. Because every day here, even in my city, someone's getting shot and killed. Sometimes 2 or 3 people. So that means we will protest every day, day in and day out. We will never stop protesting. But yet when a person who's not of color kills one of us, we're so quick to protest. But it's not a peaceful protest most of the time. It's a violent protest. Because many of us don't know how to protest without being violent. We think violence is the answer to a lot of things. And it's not. People will respect us as a people. More respectful they will become of us when we learn how to communicate our displeasures, our unhappiness with the outcome of certain situations, if we know how to verbally communicate and to express ourselves. But so many of us believe, like I said, violence is the answer. Listen, you have a voice, but no one would ever hear your voice unless you speak. I exercise my right to use my voice every day. I exercise my right every time someone attempts to get over on me or to treat me poorly. I exercise that right because it's my voice and it's my right to do so. And I understand that I'm capable of doing so. I don't have to resort to violence. I don't like violence unless it becomes necessary. We make people think that we're savages, that we're wild animals, that we're wild beasts. Because all they see and hear on the news every day is another black male, as they call it, has killed another black male. Now, the flip side of that is that it's killings going on all over the country. Different cultures are killing each other. That's what most black people would say. And I would have to agree. But I would say this in response to that. There's no other culture who's killing each other at a rapid and such a high degree that we are. And for the reasons that we are. Most of us kill each other for the stupidest things. Things that have no merit. How did we get to this place? We don't want the media, as we say, shining a bad light on us. But the media is not. The media is just reporting the news. But if you don't want them to report anything bad on us as a people, then let's stop doing bad things to one another. And they won't have any material to report. That's the solution to that. We are a people who always tend to want to divert the attention from what the real problem is to some other person or to some other thing. But the problem that exists among us culturally as a people is our problem. We're not having Caucasians come in our communities and kill us. The killing is going right within our own communities by the hands of those who look like us, who live where we live, who come from where we come from, who have similar or the same struggles that we ourselves have. But yet we have no problem killing a person that looks like us. No one can say something so bad to you, or shouldn't be able to say something so bad to any of us that would cause us to shoot them. No one should say anything or be able to say anything that would cause us to want to beat them so badly and so poorly just because of what they said. Violence is not the answer. We've heard that so many times. And I don't understand how we can kill each other and beat each other when over 400 years we've been treated like animals. We've been treated worse than dogs. We've been mistreated all of our lives, and then we turn around and mistreat one another. How is this possible? How is it possible we can walk up to another man and shoot him in his chest or in his head and turn around and walk away with hundreds of witnesses and no one says anything? How is this possible? It's possible because we allow it. It's possible because we tolerate it. It's possible because we accept it as the norm. That's how it's possible. But it's time, people, for us to rise up within our communities all across this country where we reside as a people and stand up and say we will not tolerate the genocide that we are committing against our own people. We will not tolerate it. We don't need anyone else to come and rescue us from ourselves. We've got to fix this problem. We are better than this. We are better than what we present to society and what society sees when they see us. We are better than that. We are more than murderers. We are more than wannabe thugs. We are more than just saggy pants wearing young boys, even if they're in their 30s and 40s. Boys only do that. Your age has very little to do with the fact it's time to stand up and be men and stop being boys. I love us, but I am tired and I am ashamed. I'm appalled. I'm just outwitted by what has gone on and what continues to go on. We live in a community where we don't even feel safe among ourselves. That's why we have so many of our people, when they get the first opportunity to move out of the city, out of the hood, out of the ghetto, they take it and they run and they don't look back. And then we get upset with them when they do so. We tell them that they've abandoned their own people. We tell them that you think you're white now because you're no longer living among us. You think you're better. And my response is always, no, I'm not better than you, but I'm better than my situation. I'm better than my condition. I'm better than my state of where I live at the moment. That's what I'm better than. I'm not better than any other human being. I'm just someone that's not willing to tolerate this stuff that has been going on within our community. The only way to fix this or to slow it down is if we got to get out there every day of our lives. Somebody has to be willing to stand. Even if they have to stand alone at first, they've got to be willing to stand. I'm willing to stand. Will you stand with me? That's the question. If you don't, just understand, I will stand. I will be coming out on the streets pretty soon, taking it to the streets, letting our people know we've got to do better and we can do better. That's my message to us today. I want our young men to stop killing each other. I want them to allow their peers to grow up to be men instead of cutting their lives short. I want our people to understand that if they're bitter, if they're unhappy, if they're angry, if they're filled with hate, that they are the only ones that can fix their issues. They're the only ones that must fix them. They're the only ones who can allow themselves to be fixed. We are a great people, and we need to understand that we are. We need to stop being so hateful, so envious, and so jealous, and so quick to tear a person down because we think that they're better off than we are, that they have more, that they're more educated, that whatever reason that causes us to hate someone else to the point to where we'll kill them. We've got to change our mindsets and our attitudes and our perspectives on life and on one another. For people, we are living in a state of emergency. A state of emergency that no one else will come to our aid or can come to our aid but us. People on the outside looking in don't care about what's going on where you and I live. Most of them don't. There are some that do who don't look like us. But overwhelmingly, society has shown that you and I are still less than rather than equal to. And I really don't blame them because of the conduct of a lot of our people. We've got to do better. We've got to change us. We've got to begin working on us so that we can be the great people that we were created to be, the loving and giving and kind people that we once were. Some of us still exist, but not enough of us. And if we're all truthful about this matter, we will know and admit to ourselves that there's work that needs to be done. And we will all sign on to becoming a part of that work. Will you stand with me? If you don't, it's okay. I'll continue to make these videos and I'll send them out. And if I had to stand alone, I'll stand alone. It won't be the first time that I stood alone for something that I believed in. People, I want you to know that I love us. And this is why I'm beginning this series. And I want you all to begin to love yourself each day. It's because love does truly change. Love makes the world go round. And hatred and anger and bitterness stops it from moving, and it destroys it. Love yourself each day so that you can love somebody else that looks like you. Have a great one, people. I will send out another video. Ciao.